Note, they have done their first appointment, which is chairman. So it is now for the party to come up and appoint the other. And I want to let you know, it is still these our brothers who are not showing face. I don't want to do this thing and I said that you excluded A or you excluded B. The party has requested for my input on how these things are to be, because we have principle of zoning enshrined. They requested for my input, but I am slow to act. In the last meeting, when I looked at that our brothers had not, of course we know ourselves, we know who is on this side and who is on this side. When I looked at it and I saw only about 2 members on the other side in attendance in the last meeting we held on Sunday, I decided that an item such as this, that should not be brought up. Let me tarry a while. Because it means that the outcome of it will be skewed. In other, if you're trying to make peace.
Did you voice this out or it was just...
No, I have to, it is at my discretion to bring up an agenda. When I saw, and it is a Zoom meeting, so when I saw, I have the agenda. When I saw, unlike the last meeting where I pasted an agenda, this particular meeting, because I wanted to see the faces first, I didn't put the agenda. Because if I had put the agenda on the platform and they didn't come, I'll be compelled to discuss that agenda. Yeah, so you can only make peace with people who come to the table. That is the truth of the matter. Arbitration between 2 people, you must have both parties on the table. And I have reached out. I have reached out. I have reached out indeed. So it's not it's a yeoman's job. I'm not being paid for it. But this is the first time I will invest 7 years in a program and not have an opportunity, like you rightly said, to vote for somebody. And not have an opportunity to vote for somebody's state assembly, somebody's House of Reps. It's unbecoming. What do I have to bequeath to my children? After 2023, I don't have any business with politics anymore. Because I must give gap. I don't want to be called par this or par that in the polity. I must give gap for my own children to move forward. My dad gave gap so that I could move forward. Not just I, my older ones too could move forward. So that is one. I think I've answered that issue. They were informed of every meeting we are doing. They were carried along. They chose not to come to the dining table. And it ended up being fatal to them.
Okay. I'm going to read this out. Though you've answered it, but I would like to just take their terms. Honorable Aguma, in disobedience to the judgment which he obtained, called a meeting of statutory members of the State Executive Committee on the 14th of June 2020 via Zoom platform and deliberately refused to give the user identity cards and password numbers for the meeting to the majority of the statutory members of the State Executive Committee, thereby shutting them out of the meeting.
I want to clearly...
Let me further. It's still
okay.
number 2, their accusation to you. Even when he managed to send the user ID and password to some persons, he made sure he sent same after the meeting had been concluded.
One good thing is that WhatsApp does not lie. Like I told you, we have a page for honorable members, and I will bring it up, sorry, for committee members. I'll bring it up here, and I'll bring up the thank God they are not saying that they did not see the notice for meeting. I think they didn't say they didn't see.
They said most of them that you sent it to a selected few.
Is it the password of the notice?
No, this is what they said. Let's go back.
Yes.
Honorable Aguma, in disobedience to the judgment he obtained, called a meeting of the statutory committee of statutory members of the State Executive Committee on the 14th of June 2020 via a Zoom platform, and deliberately refused to give user identity cards and password numbers for the meeting.
Thank God. I'm coming. Thank God they are not denying that they were invited. Because from what you're seeing here of invitation, it is everybody read their invitation, and the time at which they read it also showed here easily. Everybody went through. Everybody is here. Everybody. These other three people make themselves invisible, but they all saw it. That's one.
The total number of how many people saw it in your notification?
In my notification, a total number of 35 people saw it. Then I even sent it. Then as regards the password, the same 35 people saw the password. Is here. And note, we have a platform. Other than that, I advertised for this meeting in Nation newspapers of Saturday. The meeting was on Sunday. Nation newspaper of Saturday, the notice of meeting was put up. You understand me? So it is indeed.
This is the evidence. I'm pretty sure that they're seeing it on the screen.
Yes. So it's here. And then you can do your freedom of information. I'll just screenshot and send you everything.
Okay.
If you apply for it, I'll screenshot and send you everything. It's not hidden.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Then of course you can. I thought they said there was. Even when he did, I sent it late. The time I sent the notice of meeting on Saturday at 10:08 and 10:09 a.m. on Saturday. I sent the password for the meeting at 1. The meeting is for 3 p.m. I sent the password for Zoom meeting at 1:45 p.m. And it is also deliberate to send the password for meeting late to limit, how do I put it? To limit the first time I had a meeting, we noticed that somebody used one of these people, and I know the person. I know the person who did it. It's an old man who did it. And it's unfortunate that the man says he's a Christian. He used one name, Honorable Vincent. I let the person, I was looking at it, I let him do it because we have our IT people. They traced the phone, it's his phone. I let him do it so that he will hear the address, my maiden address, and know that the meeting is not for It's an open meeting that is indeed a come let us reason together meeting. And when he finished, I said, Honorable Vincent, identify yourself. It's recorded. We have a recording of our proceedings of meeting. That I can't give because those are the minutes of our meeting. So I said, Honorable Vincent, please identify yourself. Honorable Vincent, I'm taking you out. I shot the person out. It is the same person that is crying that I shot people in the address. I shot people out. It's part of, we've traced the thing to the person. We know who the person is. But I'm not for that. I am for everybody to come together. Let us build the party together and move forward. I am not for the secretariat on Aba Road, of 65 Aba Road. Neither am I for the secretariat at Waterlines. At the appropriate time, we will acquire a befitting secretariat for the party. I'll ask the party for consent to operate where everybody can come for meeting. Whether you're on this side or you're on that side, you can come for meeting. But it's obvious that some people felt that until our leader gives approval, that is why they refer to some people as prodigal. Prodigal to who in politics? We are in APC. We are all in APC. You have a party is an embodiment of ambition. I have agitated to run an election. When they said I cannot go, I ran it to its full conclusion. I lost by 6 votes. And I was okay. I shook the person who won and said congratulations, and I went home. On the election day, I proudly came out. And the election period I campaigned, and on the election day I proudly voted for him because he's my party member. That right honorable Ken Chikere. I did it. So I am not going to be party to shutting anybody out. It's regretful, distasteful that we have not learned anything from the punishment meted out to us by the judiciary in 2019 election. We should start learning how to be democratic, constitutional democracy. That's what we're talking about. And one thing about democracy and one thing about constitution is that it wields the big stick, but it carries a basket of carrots. Discipline is a key factor in trying to bring sanity back to this party. Discipline is a key factor. I will not compromise on discipline. I have already commenced actions on contempt of court. It is within my right. You cannot say you represent, you are purporting to be chairman of 65 Aba Road faction of APC. Faction of what? APC. Who are the parties to the case? Who did they take on appeal? APC. So the matter is sub judice. At best, you cannot sit on your own appeal over a court judgment. There is a due process. If you feel a party member has done anything wrong, there is a due process to follow in discipline. It's not press conference. It's not press conference called by 6 members. They see this morning they are begging for signatures.
Their claim is 28.
I want to tell you, bring the photograph there. Bring the people that sat down there and did press conference. There are only 6 members doing that press conference. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not invalidate decisions of a meeting that you took Decisions that were taken in a meeting that you were rightly invited to. You chose not to attend. Only for you to wake up. That's why our opponents always defeat us. We oversleep. Then when we wake up, we start chasing shadow.
Okay, so what is the way forward from where everything is? Because it looks like the matter is looking like it looked before the 2019 election.
We thank God that it's looking like that now. Because 2023 is still at least 24 months away from now. So we thank God that it is looking like this now, so that let all the boxing, the arguments, let the ventilating, let all the ventilations be done now, so that by the time we all meet, we have a consensus, we have an aggregate of opinion, and then we move forward from there. Politics is all about engagement. I'm not afraid of engaging.
Who is the authentic caretaker committee chairman of All Progressive Congress Rivers State by national affirmation, APC national affirmation, and everything otherwise? Who is?
I've told you, I don't need to say more than that. I've been receiving correspondences. Today I just finished meeting with the SSS director. Yesterday I had a meeting with the commissioner of police. So please, the truth of the matter is that there is even no allegation before me. There is no allegation against me. Because the due process of the party is clear. If you have an allegation against the chairman of your party, you write your petition, you now go to the zonal secretariat of the party. It is even in Port Harcourt. You address it to the chairman. You go there, drop it there, and the chairman is to, within 7 days, set up a fact-finding committee or a disciplinary committee to handle my issue. So you are free to call the zonal chairman of the party, in whose hands it is to discipline me. Not the status quo. The status quo can only raise allegations against me. But they can't discipline me. Because they can't discipline me. The other place that can discipline me is probably my ward. And my local government. But the status quo which I belong to cannot be a court over itself. You understand? But because I am the chairman of it, be that as it may, the disciplinary procedures are, they said if an action emanates from here, go here. If the action was emanating from non-executive members of the party, then it is a different matter in its entirety. They can write about me, submit it to the ESCO, and then I'll not do so. We were able to entertain, in all fairness, the issue of Victor Giadom. One, because he's no longer a member of our ESCO. So invariably, allegations are not made at press conferences. If the faction of 63 Aba Road feel like they want to have, they need a balls to be able to go to their office. They need a buzz to let people know that their office is still existing. And they are free to do that. But I believe that with time, everybody will calm down with time. Tempers will cool down, and then we'll all come together as one party and move forward. I am the acting chairman of the party.
Taking to ensure that, because I remember when we started talking, you said reconciliation was what you had in mind.
Reconciliation and conduct of party congresses.
Where are you going from here? Let's round it off with that. Where are you going from now? How are you going to put this together? Looking at how it is looking divided now, because they have created. There's as I speak to you, there's a chairman who was nominated by the claim that 28 people out of the state executive committee came together and appointed Dr. Sokonte Davies to be the chairman of the All Progressive Congress. So it's in the news, it's everywhere. Whether it was a press conference or whether it was in their kitchen, it is being sent out. If you go to the office right now, the secretariat on Navarro, there is a sitting person in the office of the chairman. What measures will be taken to fix this, to ensure that one...
You know one good thing I have. You know one good thing I have. One good advantage I have is that there are two factions. Luckily, in less than 2 weeks of judgment, I've been able to get assurances from one faction that they have closed shop. So, my whole work now is on the other faction, who are name dropping. I want to let you know that some members, as I speak to you, about 6, 7 or thereabouts, I've not taken a coup count. They want to go on air to dissociate. Don't do that. There's no point. The most important thing, when we call meeting, attend meeting. We take decision. When people see that I'm still trying to be a conciliator, I call meeting, take decision. At the end of the day, our big garden that I come and put the whole thing, I show them our WhatsApp page. All of them read it. From the number one man, our judge, everybody read it. We take decision, put it there, they read, we move forward. At some point in time, those that are left behind will know that there is no vacuum in APC. And I tell you, within the next 1 week or thereabout, we'll have an APC bubbling with all offices filled up in acting capacity. Because we must revive all the offices. People must function as youth leader, assistant youth leader in the senatorial district, assistant women leader in the Senate. We must buzz up the structures of the party, so that those offices start coming back to life. So that when we do congresses and people get into those offices, they have what to build on and move on. Time waits for nobody. This is politics. So I call on my brother, Mr. Sokonte Davies, and Pa Andrew Uchendo to kindly open up their hearts towards reconciliation. I have met them, at least I have met Chief Uchendo personally, and I told him, I know that wielding the big stick against Chief Victor Gadom is what has agitated all this. However, I'm also aware that they are aware in their subconscious that if on any side Because no matter anybody, any member of APC who, going forward, refuses to be called to order by the carrot, we use the stick of the Constitution and call the person to order. So yesterday, it was Victor Gadam. Tomorrow, it might be, and I pray it doesn't happen anymore, it might be somebody who they will be happy that it happened to. It's all politics. We need to move forward as a party. They should come around me, rally around me, and let's move forward. I will not operate from 63 Aba Road, neither will I operate from water lines. None of them are the recognized offices by the National Executive Committee of APC. We will, at the appropriate time, get a befitting office that is neutral to everybody. I'm not even very keen. I have offices everywhere. I can work from my office everywhere. But we are going to very soon unveil an office, temporary albeit, so that when we midwife the ESCO can now get an office and say this is APC office. But I urge them on Aba Road, the two factions, to close down their offices for peace and growth of the party. But, like I said, everybody is free to open an office. It's what you do in the office that matters. The correspondences of APC come to me, not to them. And in due course, I'm sure when they realize that too, they will koto. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the time. In all, we would like to have, I don't know how you will do it, but in Rivers State, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people who are watching or who would watch these clips would agree that it would be nice to have options on election day. So you don't go to the polling unit that you're supposed to vote and you're told that the candidate you would have preferred to vote for, the court had just said the person cannot run because there is a pending matter internally. That's the painful part of it. Internal problem that could have been fixed. So we like to have a real democracy where people can vote, and vote their choice, not to vote who situation has put on the ballot paper for you to vote.
I can assure you that we are working towards that. We're a work in progress. And in the shortest possible time, we'll achieve reconciliation. And immediately we achieve reconciliation, we'll go straight for the congresses. But note, we pray that everybody will come on board. But the bus will still move, even if we don't have everybody on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This has been Factual Chat with Debby. And today has been really a lot of work put into this. But it was worth it because, for me, I think that it is good to look at these issues critically. Remember, when we come to Factual Chat with Debby, we don't just come to talk about the matters. We look at possible ways that solutions can be provided. If you look at the two interviews I had, at the climax of the interviews, I asked them what is the way to go, because Rivers State is beyond just a particular number of people. It has to do with a lot of people put together. So it'll be nice in 2023 where we have an alternative party, because we know Nigeria is a two-party system. Even though we have other parties, we will agree that they don't really have so much stake. We are a two-party country if you look at it critically. So we would like to have that situation. Okay. So from me to you is have a lovely day and thanks for watching Factual Chat.